Good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show. This is Martin here again. Another Friday again. We are almost to the Christmas rally. And many of you may be asking, hey Martin, where is the Christmas rally which you were talking about? Unfortunately, you all may have known the Christmas rally has turned into a bear market. That's right. Today we'll be talking about the likelihood of a Christmas bear instead of what we are so used to, which is the Christmas rally that we see in the December in here. But let's not think about it. I do believe personally from the chart wise, the market has already bottomed up and intend to price in a lot of these stocks in here because market were optimistically and they were looking at likelihood of where the US Fed may really slow down all this. But today we're going to be talking about some of these issues in here, and let's take a look at what we have for you in this morning on our breakfast show. And of course, don't forget to join me on the Telegram chat room, which we will update you on what's happening into the market right now. So what we have seen so far is the market hasn't been that great. Having said that, you all may have known also what has turned this market in here. And let me just update you in terms also of the foreign funds, which is not living. So in this session, we have said that right now the KLSE has reversed strongly. Emphasis has reversed strongly, and this is also due to the movement that we see in the US side in here. So why is this happening in here? I think it's all got to boil down to the high inflation, stubborn inflation, and also the persistent between the Russian and Ukraine war. If you want to have any idea how long this inflation is going to be, the Russian and Ukraine war need to taper off. There's still no sign of it stopping, and right now the winter months is going to be stretching. And remember the Crimea previously that they invaded in 2014 has been ongoing for the last 8 years. It hasn't stopped yet. Would this lead to that amount? More importantly is how the 2023 is going to be pricing in on the so-called misfortune of the war and how it's causing food prices, slower growth, a little bit of unemployment, and perhaps the mild recession in it. Now, a lot of people have been talking the word about recession in here, but my take on this market in here is the longer or the more people talk about the recession, the unlikely it is, because all this will eventually be priced in here. But having said that, right now the KLSE market is already moving into a stage 3 distribution, and you all know what is stage 3 distribution, isn't it? Stage 3 distribution is where the market is coming down. There may be a little bit of opportunity, and that's what I hope to bring this Christmas cheers and festive to you in here. Maybe those of you who are trading a shorter term, the VSA 360 were able to find you the kind of strategy which we are talking about. Short profit in here. If the trade doesn't turn out, you want to be exiting. And right now we are able to give you a 10-day free trial. Just contact the number just next to me in here, and you can check out the VSA 360 in here, and let us do that kind of hard work for you. We also love to hear your feedback in here. How are some of the titles we want to respond in here? And don't forget the VSA 360 right now fully featured, providing the solution for screener, intraday alert, and our focus is on today on the intraday alert as well as the slightly medium term depending on guided screener in here. Of course, we have a new feature, the stock alert, and check out this Wednesday live Facebook where I talk about the tools, how to combine the visual trading plan with our PS calculator, which is the position sizing calculator that will enable you to maximize your return and yet minimize your risk in here. And check out that video in here. It has some infos site how to use the VSA 360 to maximize your reward in regards. Now let's take a look at the VSA 360 in here for the 16th of December. 5 things that you should know of right now. And let's take a look at the market in here. This is where we are, so we better switch back to, we have seed toss. Okay, now let's go on to our dashboard. And so far the market is turning positive finally. 1461. Let's take a look at the chart here. It's turning positive, but we do have this very bearish outlook, right? But all this is due to the foreign funds flow. I think the foreign funds flows, they were coming in and they were expecting that the US may sort of taper off the interest rate, but the news and the meeting summary from the Jerome Powell was more interest rate to come in 2023 and more heartache for the stock market. So you can see from the chart wise here, let me move on. You could see the figures is minus 179. You see, whenever we have foreign funds coming in, it's going to be pushing up. Foreign funds coming, pushing up. And we have another big sell-off here, another 180 million. The usual sell-off is about 80 to 100 million, but now the 100 million totally reverse a lot of the stocks that we are talking about here, and that also shown on the chart wise. Let me just get back to the chart here, and you could see here, right, should refresh here, and this is what we call the 2-bar reversal that we've seen in here. The relative chart right now, our market is holding back in here, open up, but more importantly, it has broken down the 20-day moving average, which is around the 1472, and the 40-day moving average is about the 1460 level in here. Okay, let's look at some of the personal stock item that I have. Mr. DIY, rate, everything is rate. Everything is rate on the so-called the VSA 360 watch list. Let's click on this one here, and also we still have a lot of rate. Sunway is rate, Ta'an is rate, Frontcan is rate, YBS, part of the RHV Jewel, did turn green pentagon on the 14th of December. Maybe this is one of the silver lining. We have Genting Malaysia also turning on the 14th. That was 2 days ago, but we can take a look at it right now and see where this market is. The plantation stocks, I think, is also turning. Yeah, just turned green, but completely fall back due to the market. So this is something that you will see in our live data chart, which is updated every delay by 10 to 20 minutes. Right now it's holding up in here, not too bad. Still pretty expensive. You can see Genting Malaysia, it's a comeback stock, still very pricey. You can see the earnings are very small compared to the price in here, but hopefully it start to taper out. If you stretch back to a 6 month, it is still pretty much in a accumulation stage, I would say so, right? A re-accumulation stage in here, and all you gotta do is just subscribe to VSA 360 to get the insight of what we have in here. So you got some Amazon and Zoom in here, Coastal Rate. So everything sort of give you the kind of Uchitech has done green pentagon in here, one of those technology stocks, but I think the last 2 days sell off. All right, oh, not bad. Yep, there you go, Uchitech. And this is what I talked about earlier on, how to pick those shares. You can see from here, the reward to risk is 3.7. You're able to pick up a good reward to risk, rating 5 out of 8 here, and able to collect a nice handsome dividend, close to about 6% in here. If you're on Uchitech, this is one of those better stocks in here. And if you look back, stretch back 6 months, it range bound, it was trying to break up actually to align with what we've seen in the US market. But having said that, the market did eventually come. So that's one of the stocks that you're able to pick up through this self-discovery that we have on our VSA 360, something that you need to have when you're looking at those kind of stocks in here. And these are so-called the watch list. You can see Globetronics is a high liquid share, turned green pentagon here, and Gambunda has also turned red pentagon. Time has turned green pentagon on the 12th of December. You can go back further in here. All right, so take note of the ink, and let's move on to next in. So we've seen that. So if you can't find it on your own personal, it's partly because maybe you are only looking at stocks that you are taking care, but there are some we have picked up for you under the VSA 360 watches. So check out the one over there and able to provide you. So we have the 7 alert. Also, let's take a look at the sector right now. What are the strongest sectors? So we can go back to the dashboard, and many of you who have used the VSA 360 may be already familiar. Right now the energy is turning weaker. You can see energy is coming back. So from last week to this week, energy is moving. Logistic is also getting stronger. So take note on that one, and we can open up the logist here. So previously we have a lot of green pentagon, but right now you can see many of them started to turn red. Technology is still green pentagon, but you can see you have a triple top here, and the yesterday's sell-off was quite evidence. Whether you can hold on, yet to be seen. Again, falling from the big brother in here. Property, just now we were talking about logistic being the next one, and logistics still green pentagon, and logistic hit a nice line change. So those are the stocks that you want to be looking at. If for those of you who want to be trading, if you are looking on the intraday movement, any stocks that has, or you can go over to our usual screener, okay, which is our screener here, looking at the KL sector gain. All right, so once you get to the KL sector gain, just look for logistic, and you're to pick up some of those shares very quickly on that. Okay, so just switch over to the transportation and logistic. Okay, submit, open up that again. So this is how you want to be looking at, and it's fairly easy to look for those stocks, and then just want to mouse over and you're able to pick up. There you are. So next thing you want to sort out by the turnover, having the highest turnover. So it's MISC, Airport, Cycorp. Okay, it's one of the stocks. I think it's moving nicely in here. So Cycorp, not yet, apparently. So you can see the win right now, the strong win now is on transportation. So you want to look for those already turned green pentagon. This is quite a good one too. Westport, Swift. Okay, so we can see those, and you want to see those stocks that has a pullback. Hashtag is moving up. Right now we can see it hasn't turned green pentagon yet. Okay, and it started to move up. You can see hashtag this morning is up to up 2.6% in here. It's one of those stocks, but be careful of the resistance that we see here. This is a momentum share and a lot of smart money playing. You got Post also. Post have a nice line change here. All right, and you got this MCOM LB, Maybach also picking up. You can see many of these stocks. GDAX 15 cents. Stick to those above the 47 cents. I think GDAX may have some growth move, and if you want to trade those, switch over and check out the risk to reward. Risk to reward is not too bad, 1.22 if you enter now. The stop loss is being at 43 cents and taking profit at 53 cents in here. So check out, this is the VSA 360 that will able to put you and find some of those stocks that is interested. If you may not want to focus on technology, but at least in here you're able to pick up some of these stocks that is important. Let's move on to our next point. Now the KLCI has retreated from 1500, knowing the background is important. Now what we have found that we have the red pentagon, right? Previously we have a red pentagon. Let me just bring this red pentagon down here. Okay, so you can see the red pentagon is already up. Here you can see the red pentagon, and right now we have a pullback, a failed pullback, and then we have a 2-bar reversal to the downside with the SOW. So look out for the red pentagon. As I said before, those of you who have done this red pentagon, you can see you've been notified much earlier that this market cannot go lower can go a bit lower, but we do still have a little bit of support. Right now the market has closed back up to here. This was at the sort of when I was doing this slide, but right now if you look at the VSA 360, going back to my dashboard here, and you can see the chart will be updated. Yep, it did close back up and it's up almost unchanged, minus 0.18. I doubt it's able to move up because right now the 20-day moving average will be the resistance that you usually see here. Okay, the resistance that you will see. And so this is where we are. So point is, we are still in the stage 3 distribution, right? We have a strong sign of weakness. This is what we call the 2-bar reversal here. One up, which was hoping that the US would make the stock market go a bit higher. Instead, it turned up, and then that's where you are. So on the weekly of the VSA market stages on our VSA 360, you could see right now it's testing the 40-day moving average. It's been holding up, and once if it does break through in here, it is going to slide downwards. So this evening closings is important. If you do close with a spring, that means the market will still hold on and likely to go through sideways next week. Likely sideways next week. Now, if the KLSE is turning to a stage 3 markdown, okay, market down, can we still find intraday shares? Definitely do. This is part and parcel of our 100-day onboarding orientation with a new member, and those of you who did sign up for our December in here, make sure you join our 100-day orientation, which we have started, and new members are coming in so we can get them to move in here. We are likely to do a second meeting next week in here. So important is some of these stocks will be in the intraday trade. I'm going to share with you what happened last week, and some of these trade, if it doesn't work out, it will be out. So if you look back on last week, okay, and going back to 9th of December, okay, 9th of December in here, and did show you some of these stocks. So we have Fiamma, Remso, and Sapura Energy, but Sapura Energy is 4 cents. You see, you want to pick that. Remso is close to the 47 cents, so we can take a look at, and also Fiamma. So there's only two at 9.36, okay, 9.36 for this reason in here. So first thing comes out is the Remso. Now Remso, we pick it up at what time? 42 cents. Okay, at 9.36. Take note the market stages, which actually tells you when the market is ready to move higher. This is likely to move in a stage 2 much earlier than the Green Pentagon. Yet Green Pentagon did only turn on Wednesday, but on top of that, you would have gained 42 cents to high of 45 cents. That is a 7.1% potential gain. So with a $10,000 trade, you could have made 710 ringgit. All right, 710 ringgit in here, which is enough and nice to cover for the December sales. Just half of the December sale, you can get one, buy one and get one free, half of it in here. So that will be a 710 ringgit potential in here. Next one was Fiamma. And indeed, Fiamma spotted at 136. It is still above the zero line in here. But guess what? The Red Pentagon just appeared today. All right, it did appear today. So it's time to exit the intraday trade for Fiamma in here. It has a nice pull up, but there's no follow through. You can see a double top here. There was no follow, so you need to exit. So those are the two. Now, right now, the Pentagon idea trade is no doubt we are in the Christmas bear market, but you can still go out and do fishing in here. Screen through using the VSA 360 Pentagon Guider intraday alert in here. Every day got fishes. Go for 47 cents, and win rate is pretty good with 3 to 4%. Target price maximum of 8 to 10, just like what we've seen early on with the Remso. 7% you're likely to hit it, but if you go for 4%, you're definitely out. Stay on course while experienced trader can trade higher. Now let's take a look at this morning. Now this morning, 9.36, we couldn't find any. Let me just show you what I mean and bring it up to the intraday trade. Let me just turn this off. Okay, and this one is Uchi Tech. Okay, so here's Genting. So this is what we are looking for, and let's go over to Premium Intraday Alert. Right, we are looking at 10 o'clock, and looking at, there's only CITOS and INO, so these are the two. So we can look at CITOS. CITOS is not bad, but again, take note, you have a lot of resistance here at 144. So very quickly, one of the features of VSA 360, you can actually see the chart without opening. So you make your analysis much faster. INO is much better. You can see INO, nice pick up here, and INO is one of those plantation stocks. And let's take out, maybe plantation stock were to run, and you see this is a nice pickup in here. You got low volume, but if the market ends up nice. So, but we will take a look next week how these two stocks would fare in next Friday session in here just before Christmas. All right, so these are the two stocks, INO and CITOS in here. So now our focus will be more on those people who don't have time, right? For example, they want to trade to a medium, to a longer term, and this is the idea behind it. The idea behind it is, if you were to look at the, this is something I will talk about earlier on the live Facebook on Wednesday, so just want to touch base with the members here. So if you are looking for slightly medium term, this is where you want to be trading with a major uptrend. Of course, right now we can see it's yellow trend zone, red Pentagon. You want to avoid it in here. All right, and also you can avoid trading for much, but if you have sometime you want to be paper trading, you can try that out. So the major uptrend, right, it's the one where it turned green Pentagon, that's where you want to be in. So if you go back to 23rd, all right, just about 3 weeks ago in here, and you can see from this list, out from here, 23rd, you pick up VSA 360 has done the heavy lifting for you. You can see right at the bottom there, just above here, it's 75% winners out from the 17 stock entry that came out being shortlisted. So 75% of them make money. The biggest one was 23%, 15% to 12%. And of course, there will be some on the losing side, all right? And within that strategy, we also have 3 stock market stages strategy. All right, 3 stock market strategy. Bottom fishing strategy, where you're buying at stage 1 to stage 2, you're buying when the stock ready to move up, and middle of stage 2. This is for the medium advanced user. So this is how it looks like. Let me just show you what I mean here. You just go over to the screener and go over to Pentagon Guider, right? So let me just open this up a bit, and you could see this is where you want to be looking at bottom fishing, stage 1 and stage 2 and so forth. So you look at this, doesn't fit in, no stage 1 and mid stage 2. So there's only one, OSK. Okay, so OSK, but the volume here is pretty small, so you have to just be very careful, because some of these stocks, and you can look at it, a lot of tick tock here, tick, that doesn't necessarily mean, but if you really want to, on fundamental reason, this is again something you want to look at. And if you just switch over to the VSA 360, it's 4 out of 8, paying a nice dividend, 4%. If you're into dividend, this is a good dividend. So that's how you want to be able to pick some of these stock through the in here. But this has been in the stage 2. So what we were talking about early on is the strategy. And if you look back on the 23rd, okay, just using the first strategy in here, bottom fishing, again, on the 23rd, happened to be green Pentagon or a blue trend zone in here. So we go back 3 weeks ago, and you can see you can pick 2 out of the 3 winners, all right, which is about a 66% win rate. And if you're picking the beginner strategy, stage 1 going to stage 2, ready to move up higher, then you have Padini and Sengen Medical, all right. This is definitely a winner. But of course, today the condition may be different. This is just going back to Wednesday. But let's take a look at it. Where is Padini? Go back. Okay, Padini is down slightly. Okay, yep, you can see red Pentagon already. This is where they pick up from here. 328, high of 348. So if you do your maths, you could have gotten 7 to 8%. Now red Pentagon back. So the whole point is that if you have 7 to 8, 10%, it's okay to even go out. But if you want to collect for dividend, then there's a 3% dividend, you want to hold it. It's giving 6 out. It's a long-term stock. It's your Sharia main board number 1 in retailer. All right, number 1 in retailer. Take note of that. That's how you want to pick up some of this stock. But today, of course, after red Pentagon, it started to move back down here. Okay. And the other one was Sengel. Okay, now if you have any stock that you want me to look at, feel free to pencil in there. I'm happy to look into that. But this is a 47 cents, still holding up at this level. So this is, and it has a very good reward to risk, 2 to 1. So it does make a good trading strategy. In your stop loss being at 45 cents, and right now it's 47 cents in here. All right, for stop loss at 45 cents. So that will give you a 2 to 1 risk to reward, and that's something very unique with VSA 360 in here, not with many of the unknown software out there. All right, so mid stage 2 shares, which shares has already been moving up, is Chem Resources. This was on the 23rd. We're giving it a 5.8%. So let's take a look at it in here. Okay, still holding up its position in here, but also turned red Pentagon already in here. This is one of the stocks that may not fit in if you want to buy physically, because you can see some of them don't have any volume in here, and when it start to push up, this kind of stock can be easily maneuvered. But after all, you look at the market cap, it's only 67 million. 67 million, it's not any stocks that you want to be really buying into it. But for education purposes, it's also good to know. Okay, so that sort of cover it. And if you look back even 1st of December, 2 weeks ago, you can see we have a 72% win rate. Here, this is a 72% win rate in here. And very similarly, bottom fishing will give you 75% win rate, right? and 100% win rate for just Malfa, which actually came out. Let's take a look at Malfa right now. Okay, where is Malfa, which is one of Anwar kind of stocks, right? Malfa International, 225, still holding up at this level in here. Okay, so this was the green pentagon. We got it here. It did close a bit lower, right? But here is the stop loss. It didn't hit it, and right now you have not a very good reward to risk. Okay, 0.5. So this is not what you want to trade. Okay, so that's sort of give you a general idea which is the kind of stocks that you want to be trading. Mid stage 2 shares. These are the one that turn pretty positive in here. 5.5. Focus SP. Okay, Focus SP. You can take a look whether it's still in a nice trend or not. Focus SP, no change, still holding up, but I do think that this one is really very strong smart money right here. 1-to-1 risk to reward, so it's not too bad. 1-to-1, not too bad. Of course, more than one will be better. Okay, so this is why you want to be using the VSA 360 and check out some of the stocks that you like, and more importantly is that you will higher success if it is an overall green pentagon, but right now it's a yellow pentagon. But some of those stocks we have seen managed to hold up longer period, better success in here, and you want to aim for short. And that's why some of our continuum member, and when you join our group, this is what we want you to train you to use. And this is why you can see our winners, Eric, Kitgo and Zenny, able to perform so well going forward. And that's not all. They have different strategy. We put them in the whole group. You can see some of our leaderboard like Nick, Ahmad has make good headwinds after the 3-month TradeVSA membership in here, and you can see they made up to 300 over 1,000 in here. And we have extended our December sales, so if you are not in our December sales in here, make sure you check it out in here. Also, there are some stocks in here. We will take a look at it. Reneco, and you know what they say, the early bird get the early worm in here. All right, and so these are some of the flash. So we hope that if you once you join up, you will be one of our product success story. Very important of using VSA in here. All right, the focus is always on the member and the user itself. All right, and you can see now TradeVSA, we have a very special pricing, buy one get one free in here, and great review from all our major. And don't forget to join us also next Wednesday will be our final live tutorial sort of workshop talk at 9:30. Quick informed decision intraday, very similar right now, but we're going into more in-depth right now. And don't forget to also leave us a comment on our Google review if you've not done so, and you will stand to win a 3-month membership if you fall into a very good category in here. All right, now let's take a look at some of the stocks inside here. We have SCOMNET. So let's look at the VSA 360 SCOMNET here. This is 118. Yeah, it's turned red pentagon, no doubt. You can switch to a 6-month. Still up in a nice trend in here. If you have had it for a long period, you want to take some profit in here. No doubt you can see this one is no NA, means there is no rating because the PE is pretty expensive. No dividend PE of 10. But on the good side, 12th of December, which is only about 4 days ago, Malacca Securities has given it a buy call at 194. So you still have a bit of what we call 15.5%. So that's a good information to know in here. Overall, you can see from here, SCOMNET, every year make money, except this year only. Who knows that if December were to move up, then you can see finally we see the kind of thing do. Okay, SCOMNET record higher quarterly net profit. That's on 23rd, and it's not too bad compared to the other sectors. Okay, which is the industrial product. Okay, so that's one way looking into it. We have Reneco. Kevin is always want me to look at A Health. It looks like you're holding it for a longer period. No point looking at it at all. It is a fundamental stock for you. If that's the case, just hold at it and let it run, right? You want to be trading those, right? If you're just looking from a chart standpoint, it doesn't make sense, because whatever you do, you will not cut loss, you will not take profit. Here we want to take profit very quickly. Reneko still in a nice uptrend, run it in here. But for the Kevin stake, he's holding this stock for a long time. Apex, it's not going to do anything, even if it's going to be holding sideways in here, right? You can look back 6 months, right? It's still in a nice uptrend in here because the healthcare sector's been rated. It's rated 3 out of 8. So this is a long-term stock. If it's a long-term stocks, don't worry. Even the market break lower, you want to be holding it, unless the overall sectors is also a good stock, which is growth at reasonable price, because we always have Kevin in here looking at the long term. So let's take a look at D&O. D&O will be affected by the so-called technology sector in here, but no doubt the less, it's still holding up. Green Pentagon in here did break down, but it's holding up nicely. I will still retain this and hold on to it. Reward to risk still pretty good, 178 here, and the stop loss is going to be very tiny, very close, 419. Right now it's 428. So that will give you a 1.78. So those of you who are looking into it, this would give you cool. Should I wait for the pullback for CMF? Okay, this one is a trading stocks. Okay, so for trading stock, it's still going up in a nice rate, and sometimes they don't give you the kind of chance in here. If you are looking at this, what you're going to do, cool, switch to CMF. Okay, go over and trade the hourly chart. Okay, it's broken out already. Okay, so it broke through here just now. I don't think you can try to wait for a pullback maybe today, but use hourly chart, right? That's why you want to be using the VSA 360 in here. When you trade computer forms, trade using intraday charts, because these are the one that you will think. Cool, I know you're a member in here, and for Steven, you can hold on to that one, but check out our VSA 360 sales, which is still ongoing, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel in here. And so that's all I have for today in here. Remember, our December sales is still on, buy one get one free, and you can able to use many of the features that we talk about in here that will benefit in here. And don't forget to join our Telegram chat room in here. That's all I have, and thank you for your time, and have a good festive season. I'll see you back on Monday and the coming Christmas rally. It's unfortunately we may not have the kind of Christmas rally that we've seen, but let's hope it does eventually see the last 3-day rally. Thank you for listening, and bye bye.